Oh, hey, there's a new commercial for Princess Connect for their free 10 roll campaign. Oh, it's Nakayoshi Boo. I've got to watch this. I'll be right back. And be right back, I mean, I'm just going to watch this on stream. 15 seconds
寒く
anyway.
て外に出られんな。
寒くなくても出ないじゃん。
キュウリ先輩、黒い先輩のやつですよ。今ならプリコネで毎日10連ガチャが無料。しかも星さん出現率も2倍で。
やば。対戦ぶち上げじゃん。年末年始のプリコネ。
It's so cold. I don't want to go out. I can't go out. Yeah, you wouldn't go out anyway. You don't. You just never do. Thanks. Thanks, Nakayoshi Boo DJ.
Oh, they're great.
They are great. Oh, let's see. So the experience of going back to Princess Connect after like a year off is actually really good. Like
Yeah.
the thing that sucks is like I'm how many levels behind, so I'm gated by that, and it's like, oh well, there's nothing to do but just slowly accumulate player XP, I guess. But oh well. I was able to climb the Luna Tower up to like 680, so I'm only 1 month behind now. I'm like, oh. But I think the level gate is going to keep me from doing the dungeon. Dungeon 5.
I mean, I still haven't done the dungeon, and that's all laziness.
Yeah, I mean, Dungeon 4 took forever for me, and it took me like 70 characters or something, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that again. I saw a video, and it's like, all right, phase 1, use the following 20 characters for phase 1. I'm like, oh no. It's like, there's 3 modes, don't worry, you'll... And it's like, oh my god. I understand why they do that, so that you actually have a use for all the characters and everything. Ugh. I
Yeah,
think that...
because otherwise you use the same team over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl.
For EX4, it turned out that the ideal team was your Princess Ray followed by someone else's Princess Ray.
Oh, there's an echo for me.
Is there? Hold on.
Yep, there's definitely an echo. That's horrible.
All right, let me do some rearranging. Good thing that we do testing first. All right, so this is me talking.
Yeah.
Okay, you're coming up on 2 different sound things. Let me
Well, that explains a lot
check.
then.
Yeah, it is. There's 2 different ways I can do this and check on it. So let me troubleshoot it a bit. So let me open my sound settings and do my advanced. So this is one of the things that happens when I switch. Let's see here, Discord. Let's switch that to my.
I feel like they made a mistake in the raids for not limiting which characters you're allowed to use like they usually do. Because every team of mine was Carl.
Okay. Try talking again. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, every team of mine was literally the Carl setup.
Which Carl, Princess or New Year's?
New Year's.
Okay, because Princess
She
Carl
does
apparently
way more
overtook her.
damage.
Okay.
Princess Carl does a lot better in fights that will actually kill New Year's Carl.
Yeah, 1 second. All right, you know what?
Nope, I'm hearing the feedback still.
Yeah.
What did you do to your settings?
Since I switched headsets, I had to change out a couple things. So give me a second, because my old headset was getting really ratty and the cabling was getting annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 second. So let's. All right. So Discord should not be on that. It should be on my default output.
Yeah, no. So and then I learned the power of 6-star Rin. 6-star Rin was literally the reason why I was able to fight Moroku really well. When you're already having shields, Yukari falls off a little bit for that instance.
Mm-hmm. All right, go to voice meter and try and figure out what is going where.
So magic defense buff, really good. Plus attack, giving the heals and physical attacks up.
All right, try talking again.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see how this turns out. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, this is a temporary fix, but at least it'll work. I
Why is
have
it
to.
temporary?
What I did was there's a secondary audio feed for that I have for set up for any music, so that I can split out the thing. For some reason, because of my audio settings, you're coming in on both of them, and so essentially have to do the virtual equivalent of tracing all of the cabling again and see what's going where. But in the meantime, I
But
can mute one of them.
okay.
Yeah, it's all of those like virtual cabling issues that come up.
I mean, we're not gonna have that issue where you were talking to yourself the entire radio, right?
No, people can hear you. All right, shall we
Oh, remember
begin?
we had to record that thing twice.
And then the second time still failed. All right.
Yes, yes, it did. So you're making sure that that it's not being cut from the VOD right now, then?
It's not being cut from the VOD. The VOD is unchanged. All I did was mute the channel that music comes from, and the
Oh,
music
okay.
one is the one that is anyway. So, welcome to Granblue Radio. This is episode number 308. We call this the Sword of Promised Gachapin. Let me
You have a
actually.
black screen.
I know it came back up. I had accidentally closed some things while I was. There were some things that closed while I was fixing the audio, and that was one of the windows I closed. So
I
anyway,
see.
um, the first thing to ask is, so what element did your um, Excalibur end up being, DJ?
I got water.
I got Earth.
I would have liked it not in water.
Because of what, Murglace, or a different reason?
Murglace? Why would I care about Murglace?
Yeah.
No, the reasoning is because I already have supplemental CA damage.
Mm-hmm.
Very easily, in fact, in this element.
Oh man. So, I got it in Earth, and I'm fine with it being in Earth. Like I like have no use for it in the grid, but these superlative weapons aren't really grid weapons anymore. Like they stopped being grid weapons years ago. So
What
it's like,
about the double Mjolnir guy?
or the people who use Hercules just for crit, yeah, just to fill out the rest of their crit because it's there.
Yeah,
Um,
back when we were also just limiting ourselves to one type of weapon for slot.
yeah. Um, and so like it's pretty funny that they're giving people an Excalibur. It's like, all right, so as part of the roulette, the special thing that they're doing this year is that the roulette is back to being random for everybody.
Yep.
Um, but everybody is guaranteed to get one and exactly one Excalibur. It'll be of a random element. It will pick an element that you do not already have an Excalibur in, with a little asterisk that says if you already own 6 Excaliburs, if you are one of those people, then you can contact support and replace it with another 100 gold moon weapon. And since this thing comes in at 3 stars, um, it's essentially saving you 160 gold moons.
Yep, because of the Damascus.
Right. And then um, getting this. So the funny thing for me is that getting this in Earth means that it's only specifically for really hard content for me because I bricked a world ender specifically for Unite and Fight because it made Unite and Fight like super stable, and I was willing to do that because of
Yeah.
just dispel cancel. And I'm like, well, I guess this Excalibur is for soloing things as paladin.
I mean, I'm complaining about it being on water, but it's still really good in water.
Yeah.
because so you have the Viking
Mm-hmm.
first off, and then you have your to extend it.
Mm-hmm. So that's another thing that is funny, is that the fact that it's a sword makes it one of the best full auto weapons and main hands in the game right now, purely because out of the like 4 big full auto classes, maybe 5 that we see play with. So we've got Relic Buster, which is sword main hand.
Yep.
We've
And
got
you can well, that one you can't full auto the button presses, but
right.
still
We
super good.
we have Viking, which is also a sword main hand class, and that one is if you want a full auto with speed. There's
Yeah,
Paladin.
it
Yep.
splits off your damage too,
Yeah.
and that goes with your chaser that you get,
So it's extra instances of damage because of the split autos that each get their own chaser from the CA.
and which all get supplemented by the spears
hmm
in your grid.
Um, the main hand is also great for Paladin.
Yeah,
So
Paladin is good overall. So
yeah, but I mean it's also just a like since you are a lot of the time full autoing with Paladins just to ensure that you're taking as little damage as possible or to provide dispel cancel or all sorts of reasons. Hey, having Excalibur is great. Like those are 3 of the top high-end full auto classes at the moment. And that's before we get into the fact that since this thing has a gigantic stamina mod at level 200, they're using it with Relic Buster to do all of the really broken things too. So, in water specifically, if you decide to invest in the Erica Gwyn shell, then like you can also take advantage of the chaser on this thing, and you just blitz raid with a bunch of Erica support, blah blah blah. Like all the combos are out there, and so like this is probably the best of the superlative weapons to give away as a sort of goodwill
as a
gesture.
freebie,
Mm-hmm.
I want a Caduceus.
Caduceus, yeah,
Yeah, that thing's sick.
it is funny, but it's like thinking about what they would do to if they changed like the overall balance of the game, right? Like the most stupid thing they could give out is give out Hercules, especially a random element Hercules. That would make people really mad.
That would definitely make people mad.
Uli Kumi is super niche, right? Like Uli Kumi is very good, but it's in very very like specific setups. And so it's like Excalibur is probably the safest one for them to give away because like it's a really good main hand. It's good in hard content, it's good in burst content, and so it's one of those things where it's like you will find a use for the Excalibur, right?
Yeah, so it's no doubt a really good weapon.
Yeah. So it's cool. I'm glad this was a fun thing for them to do. Um, let's see. Other things to talk about with the
I'll let you know. I still haven't used my Gable in a long time.
Yeah, I know. Like I haven't used my Amino Havakiri in a while.
Grids are too busy.
Yeah, and then in the next couple of weeks, we're supposed to be getting the 200 Gold Moon uh like set of the luminous weapons, and who knows what happens with those. So this is sort of them saying like a fond farewell to the superlative series. And it's like, well, thank you.
Oh, now I remember Sky Piercers.
Sky Piercers still get used, but they're once again very niche, and essentially anybody who uses a Sky Piercer either presses no buttons or only presses tag team.
True.
Um, all right, so is there anything else about the giveaway and mission season that we should be talking about? Anything that you wanted to point out?
Yeah, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I was talking about this before we went live on the air, but I recently came back to Princess Connect because they had their like big end of story event. Well, climax of story. End of story might lead to people getting the wrong idea. And
It's
it's
end of
like,
Act 2.
Yeah, it's the end of Act 2.
Which in English we actually just finished end of Act 1 and are on Act 2 now.
Yeah, you get to meet the baby girl. Um, but it's like the returning experience to Princess Connect is actually really good because right now in Princess Connect there is a little schedule book, like an itinerary book, and if you click on it, it'll say, "Hey, here are the things that you can and maybe should do every day. Click on this button, and the game will do it for
Thanks,
you."
Kokoro. Yeah,
And
they added that like 2 months ago, I think.
um, and GBF could really use that. Like, it exists in Skyleap, but like the winter missions exist to give you something to do. They give you a direction when you come back. Um, the Tower of Babel or the rerun give you something to do when you come back. But like having the ability to click on something and it says, "Okay, have you done Angel Halo for the day?" I haven't done. Oh, wait, it's more Angel Halos a day. I forgot about that. See, that would be something that would be really cool for them to do. It's just like, "Hey, have you done Angel Halo? Have you rolled your rupee draw? Have you done Hard Pro and Magna Pro?" And yeah, that would be cool if GBF did it. I'm just very impressed by it existing in Princess Connect as a
Well,
returning
remember
point.
that for Princess Connect, it's internal into the game.
Right.
We're playing a browser game.
We're playing a browser game, but having, just having an in-game repository for bookmarks would be nice instead of having to build it into browsers, into a proprietary about browser. Oh well.
Well, it goes back to that thing of where they didn't have like the rupee draw thing, where if
Mhm.
everybody did this all at the same time,
Yep.
which is actually liable to happen.
Yep.
What happens to the servers?
Yeah. Well, they finally shored up the servers to the point where everybody hitting rupee draw at the same time doesn't crash it. They
Yeah,
rebuilt
it
their
took them like 3
infrastructure.
years.
It took them many years. Anyway, but that's pretty much it about the campaign. I'm gonna remember to hit skip after this. Um, as I briefly touched over the Tower of Babel. So the last time we ran the Tower of Babel, we had a new feature but no new layers, and this time we got our new layers finally. Um,
The new feature came in really handy.
it really did. Like,
Well, I only see 2 types of teams in the last layer.
light and dark.
Oh, I only
Actually,
saw
no, there
dark
was
and
earth.
earth.
I saw light and dark. So here's dark. Oh, hey, there's a wind one in here now. It's 2 Eternals and Halloween Lich. Imagine that. Oh, Shinobu, let's go.
I think
um,
they switch over to that.
so the the new feature really did come in handy on this one, where it's like, uh, let's see, on this one, it's like, oh hey, there was a really fun team that I decided to copy for this one that was like Gun Zoe, Thief, and I forget who the third character was. I'm like, you know what? This is not the ideal, but I'm copying it and it's fun because gives me a chance to use Gun Zoe, and because of that, I had more fun than normal because it's like, hey, this opponent attacks a bunch of times. You know what Zoe's really good against? Something that it just attacks a bunch of times so that she has more chances to dodge and counter.
Yeah.
Just fun stuff. Um, any other things that stood out to you?
The final boss's gimmick.
All right, so the final boss's gimmick. Um, both of us ended up ignoring the gimmick, right?
Yes, because it's so annoying to. So let's look at dark for a second. All right, can you go to your characters list?
Oh yeah. So this is the thing that I'm going to point out. Do you want me to look at my character list in the UI of the Tower of Babel or in the usual party UI?
Just your overall characters.
Yeah,
All your
inventory.
characters.
All right, characters. Let's look at dark SSRs.
All right, now filter out things that are not attack or special.
Let's see here. So balance, defense, and heal only. Click.
Yeah. So about that. Yeah. They don't give you actually real options to make a different team to switch to.
And then remember how the old joke about how all of light is just balance? Let's take a look at
Yeah.
light without like balance and attack. Okay, there's a few more options, but it's not nearly as dire as
Oh
the
yeah,
dark situation.
because there's good chunk of specials.
Hmm. So here's my problem with this, is that the challenge could be interesting. The problem that I have is that the game itself doesn't do a good job of showing you who is an attack and who is a special. Take like as
Also true.
cool as the layout of the Tower of Babyl party builder is, there is no way without going in like on each and every character. So what I tried to do, by the way, so these three dark characters are special.
And then your MC's attack.
I was gonna get to that. You only see the part where the MC is attack if you go into the class page, and if you want to switch class to something that is not attack, you have to go individually into each class to try and figure out which is which. Like Mantis is probably heal, but where do you see that when you're actually trying to switch to Mantis? Paladin is
Yeah,
probably.
you see it right there, actually.
Where is it?
Bottom right. Of each
Oh,
of
there
each
it
of the
is.
classes.
Oh my god, I've ignored that for 6 years.
I'm like, I see it clearly on your screen, Dom. What's going on?
Oh my goodness. But it's not in the party screen.
I
And
mean,
so,
no one's in the party screen.
yeah.
Wait, no, you're no in the party screen. In a normal party screen is there.
In the normal party screen, it is in fact there. Oh, hold on. Something broke when I loaded this page.
What
There it goes.
happened?
I don't know what happened. Here we go. So it's like, all right, special attack, and then, all right, I'm Mantis, so that's a healing. But yeah, um, the game itself needs to be better structured information-wise and spread-wise in order to make this a more interesting challenge. So
You know, it's also make it more interesting of the challenge.
what's that?
It not to turn into just hope and pray that you're CAing.
Oh, for the number of
After
hits
10
requirement,
hits,
yeah. Then everything does 100,000.
200 if you're attacking.
So like, um, what I thought that I was going to be clever, right? I was like, everything is special. So
I tried to be clever.
yeah,
Guess what? I got punched in the face. I said, "We're being special in attack."
yeah. And so you look at all these teams, and like, there's a bunch of Kengos and Paladins, and like, yeah. Um,
The team I copied, by the way,
hmm
was look at the very top you see right there,
yeah, 6 Lich Fed.
and then an empty slot in the second party and
Yeah,
third party.
I saw that. It was only our Vicky and like the backline
Yeah, for the
characters.
passive.
Yeah. I completed it. Yep. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found the same one.
Oh, they added a cat.
Yeah. Defense up, baby. Here's the CA looping Kengo version here. That one is slightly more vulnerable because this
You
version of
don't
Beelzebub.
convert.
Yeah, it does convert to superior element on you. The good thing is that Satyr gives you so much damage mitigation that you just blaze through it, but still. Um,
They're healing with Sebastian right there. You see,
yep, healing with
and
Sebastian right here. And
I forget what normal Yai. Normal Yai is like a normal attack, right? No, I'm thinking of Miria.
yeah, I don't think normal Yaya
Because I know Wind Yaya gives hype.
sometimes. Yeah, with the power of Santa Claus and her big mustache. I'm curious. I'm going to refresh my memory. Let's go over to SREI and remind ourselves what she does.
Tico's there for the pot, and I guess they don't have Summer Tico,
All right, yeah.
who also gives you a pot.
What's your backline passive? You have no backline passive.
You're just there. I
She's just there.
understand.
Hooray!
You know. Sometimes you don't need anything. You're
Yeah.
never gonna go to that team, so why would bother?
Yeah, but I tried to be clever. I tried to switch to Vazaraga and take some turns off. It's like, aha. And then I'm like, this is just slower than dealing with the higher defense.
Yeah. So the gimmick is that you get damage reduction for your not specialty. What is it called again?
Style.
Your style. There you go. So you have damage reduction, and it builds up every turn until you're not having that on the front line, and then it'll go down one each. The problem is, it's way too slow to do that. That if you take 3 turns off, you're probably gonna miss.
Mm-hmm.
And like I showed earlier in Dark, you can't actually build a reasonable team that does single hit damage. Big single hit damage really well with anything but the first thing.
Yeah, let's see. Wait, Eustace is. Let me guess. Eustace is attack. I'm gonna just say that right now. Let's take a look. Dark gun, because he's good at single hits. He is attack. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, like it's either main attack or special. So
Yeah. So you would have to have like one full special team and one full attack team, and the problem is that
you
like
stop looping at that point.
yeah,
You need a special in order to loop. That's like literally what happens.
yeah. Like I think Vicky is the only like odd person out, and because she's balance.
Yeah, but if you have fed field up, you can't actually play Vicky's game correctly.
Yeah, all you can do is you use her as a meter gain buff and dodge buff.
Yeah, as long as you don't hit hits.
Mm-hmm. And then that means putting on our team with like Tabina, and Tabina is attack, and then
But also Tabina has the problem of too many hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like all of these things essentially turn into just racking your brain for things that are clever and just going, no, I'm just doing the powerful thing.
Yep, that's what it came down to.
We're just brute forcing it. Like, even with all of this, like, so you did it in like 29 turns. I did it in 25 turns with close to the same team. It's like, yeah, okay, I will accept that because this time they've learned that they are not making the masteries really annoying. The mastery is within 30 turns, and it's like, okay,
Yeah, I made it in 29.
yeah, still reasonable. But yeah, they've like the mastery over here within 15 turns. It's
I'm gonna let you know the only one I couldn't full auto was the drill.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were talking about the drill being like the fight that they didn't immediately get cleared because this thing supplements damage you take. I think, right?
No, you're on the wrong page.
Oh, am I? Hold on. That's not the drill. Where's the drill?
You go
This
to
one, 62.2.
Yeah, 62.2.
This is the one that supplements damage that you take, right? Based on, yeah,
Yeah.
whether how many debuffs it has on. So that one, if you're not paying attention, will just plain murder you at 50%.
And 25.
Oh, it's 25 also? Yeah.
Yep, it does the same CA at 25 as well.
Okay.
I almost thought I punted it on the turn the try I was going for, but Geisenborger with 2 stacks of fist was pretty good enough.
Yeah, like a lot of people are frontlining Geisenborger for this one, as you can see. I did it manually, and I just did it with Paladin, and I was like, okay. One of them gets a Phalanx, the other gets the sub combo.
Oh, so you'll enjoy this. So I actually did the CA looping light version for the first part.
With Greya?
The second part I switched over to Zoe Greya, Summerstorm, and Geisenborger. Greya helps keep Geisenborger alive. Sturm, if the boss decides to do an attack, she'll keep up the debuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how that worked.
Yeah. I mean, so there were a couple of ones that were actually interesting, but the 68, like we can see what they're trying to do, but they need to do a few more things in order to make this interesting.
You know what they did do?
What's that?
They prevented certain someone from Dalmore from being super good. That's literally what that was.
That's fair. All right. Anything else to say about the Tower of Babel? This one was a pretty straightforward one, all things considered.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. I want them to be giving us more bullets, um, in other ways that don't like take up an entire level slot basically. There's a bunch of like they're slowly trickling in bullet materials in order to encourage people to actually fill out their John Does and such, and it's just like I would like it to be more than just a little trickle from Babel. I would like to just have it just thrown in incidentally somewhere else. But anyway, um, that's
I'm
it
trying to
for.
make these shotgun shells right now.
Mhm.
My railgun is very lonely.
I really do want to make that railgun setup. It seems so
I'm doing
funny.
it because it's funny.
Exactly. All right. That's that. That's the tower. Um, let's see here. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about actually is the stream schedule for the big Christmas stream that they're doing. So I'm going to
All
be
right, let me go
switching.
pull that up.
Yeah. So the stream schedule is so just to remind people, there is a Christmas Eve stream that they're going to be doing. Whoa, wrong desktop game. Or sorry. Whoop, up, 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 up. What happened to my OBS? Why is it doing this to me?
You switch headphones and it got angry. That's literally what
Seriously.
happened.
There it goes. All right. So we've got ourselves a 5-hour schedule for Jeez. All right. There it goes. So we have ourselves.
Twitter's not that broken. It's broken. It's not that broken though.
It was delayed a lot when I was trying to click on it. Anyway, so we have ourselves a 5-hour show ahead of us. Thankfully, they showed us exactly when the news is going to be. So if you're only interested in the news portion of the stream, that is 7:45 p.m. JST on Christmas Eve. So for us here on the West Coast, it will be, let's see, 7:45 translates to approximately 2 a.m. our time. And it'll go for another hour or so, a couple hours. Um, the rest of this is really going to be like pretty silly.
I
So
like quiz shows.
the first part that they're going to do. So you remember this from them doing the 24-hour Cinderella Girls stream. There is going to be a cooking segment, and that cooking segment they will have 3 hours to do something, to cook something. And what can you cook in about 3 hours, DJ, for Christmas themes?
Gingerbread houses.
Probably cake and stuff like that too. So we have an entire half of the cast dedicated to cooking something. That's the ones that are highlighted in sort of the light red. And then the second when they're done, 3 hours later, it'll be the presentation of what they have cooked, and KMR will be there, which usually means that he wasn't there to start with, which means he will be there probably to suffer.
More than likely. So we have seen them cook on stage. And by
Yes,
that, I mean, what is that smoothie?
yes, they nearly killed him, and so I am looking forward to that happening again.
I am glad that Otsuyuka is not in GBF.
They tried to kill her on that 24-hour Cinderella Girls stream.
That is correct.
We have a bunch of the hardcore players in something called the GBF quiz. So that'll be where the giveaways, a lot of the giveaways will probably be concentrated along that and in the news section. So the GBF quiz, that's at 4:30 Japan time. That is 11:30 p.m. here on the West Coast. And then all of the blue sections are going to be the parts that are like the most mysterious because those are all different sections of the cast, 2 members of the cast each time, talking to KMR, who is probably in a Santa outfit.
Yeah.
What is that, DJ? What do you expect?
Wait, is Nakamura here?
Nakamura is not there.
Dang, he can't ask for his hopes and wishes.
So the first one is going to be Koshimizu and Kato Emery. And Koshimizu doesn't really play, and Kato plays a lot. Then there will be. Wait a second. Kato Emery is there for all of them, so I think she's going to be one of Santa's elves.
That makes sense.
So it's Koshimizu, who doesn't really play very much. There's Morikubo, who doesn't really play very much. Koyama Rikia, and Mao plays a little bit. And so they're all going to be talking to KMR in a Santa suit for 15 minutes each. Like, what do you do with that segment? What do you expect out of that segment, other than, I guess, shenanigans in question mark?
It's always shenanigans. We're doing a live stream.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of shenanigans, yeah, there's also a segment where that's just called "Let's come up with a holiday character, a seasonal limited," and notably,
Are
let's
we
see.
supposed to get another one?
No, we usually don't get another Christmas character. So the
I'm
next
gaslighting myself then.
the next holiday will be Valentine's Day, but they usually ask themselves what they want in terms of holiday stuff on like Granblue TV and stuff like that. It's like, what season would you like to see your character in? Let's see here. So out of the cast members here, Kato Emery has a summer character in the Hal Mal Summer.
Yep,
Kurosawa
that's been
Tomio
there for a while.
Kurosawa Tomio has a summer character.
Meg, yeah.
Does Uisis have a seasonal yet?
She technically does. The Yukata one.
Oh yeah, the SR
The
version.
SR.
Yeah, that's the good reminder for me. Imai Asami has like 3 seasonals now, because Friday counts as
Valentine's
summer.
Day. Technically Friday, I think.
Yeah, and then the other Summer Vera. So that's 3. Kawahara has no season. No, he does. He has
He
Summer Tire.
does, Summer.
Summer
That
Tire.
dude's sick.
That guy's fun.
He's an
Hosh
SR, but he really works really well with Vera.
yeah. Hoshino does not have a seasonal character yet. Kanemoto Hisako doesn't really have a
Need one.
character at all technically. Slash is every character, so that one gets complicated. But yeah, this is the schedule. There's the Ichiki challenge will be him and Inuyama and Kawahara just doing some in-game races and challenges in order to get prizes for everybody. So that'll be another bit of the giveaway there. So it's like the quiz, the challenge.
I just remember that one, the one with the Inuyama and Takagi Miyu, where they were doing from the beginning of the game and doing challenges along the way.
I love that one purely for the memory of Inuyama going, Nakamura, I need your help. How do I do this one? And he goes, throw money at the problem. Wait, you can't. You're not allowed. I'm sorry. And then my personal pick for the one that I want to see the most, it's this one here, your star character Raduga. So they've been gathering up tweets about people's favorite characters, and some of them will be read on the air and discussed. Inara Tetsu is running it because it's Raduga, so Ladiva themed.
Yep.
Tachibana Rika's favorite character is Siegfried. Mao's favorite character is very famously Sandalphon, so that'll be a fun one to just listen in on. I don't remember who the other cast members' favorite characters are, so it'll be
Who
fun.
else was in this one?
hmm
No, that's who else was in this one?
Imai, Asami, and Takamori Natsumi are the other 2.
I don't
Trying to
remember.
Yeah, I don't remember their favorite characters either. Mao's is famous, and Tachibana Rika's is also very like prominent, given that she like gave the Siegfried perfume some extra sniffs and things like that.
Oh, too bad we don't have Naobo out there
Oh
for
yeah,
that one.
with her two husbands. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Naobo out there for? She is there for MC at the beginning and the is she there for the announcements section? She will not be there for the announcement section, so she's there for the opening and the quiz show. Yeah. Anyway, so that's tomorrow. That's in 24 hours, basically. Um, hopefully we survive. Take. I'm going to sleep for a lot of the day tomorrow. I will essentially become a nocturnal creature for this stream, and then
Hmm.
3 hours after the stream is over, I need to buy pie on Christmas Eve before the bakery sells out of pie because it's Christmas Eve.
Oh,
And then
I can't even go out right now. It's frozen outside.
ooh, and then after that, I plan to buy my pie. I plan to go home and essentially just collapse on the couch and sleep for another 6 hours before going to actual Christmas Eve dinner with my family.
Okay.
But that's what's coming up. That's going to be the entirety of the coming week. Um, we'll get news about like the news section. We know to expect the reveal of the bunny. We know to expect the next grand character being revealed. We know to expect um, outfits for the new year. After that, I don't know what to expect. Maybe they'll do the preview of the anniversary event there. Maybe they'll save it for Fest. Maybe they'll. Yeah, there's a lot of maybes. I don't know. Maybe they'll reveal the next collab event. Maybe they'll save it for Fest. I don't know. There's got to be something. They're planning on 75 minutes of announcements. So
We'll
who
find
knows?
out when we get there. And
Exactly.
that in like 24 hours from now.
Yeah. So are you going to go to sleep early and then like watch some of the later stuff? Or are you planning to stay up for the whole thing, DJ?
I'm gonna say for the whole thing. I have work tomorrow,
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I'm gonna be up for during that day anyways.
All right. So, as usual, I'll be here and streaming it. So, if you want to join me, go for it. In the meantime, whew, isn't it time for the annual relink is coming? Like, eh? Like, we know that they're going to have a playable version at Fest, so they can.
Yep.
But there's an entire news section for it on stage, um, at Fest. So, I mean, they could, but they might not. It is not required. They have given us a very, very clear schedule. All right. Anyway,
Oh, I think I found out why Nabo's not gonna be there for the entire time.
what other show is she booked for?
Spy Room, the anime that comes out next month.
Ah, okay. So she's gonna dip out early and then head to that show.
Yeah, because it says that they're doing something in person and online on the 24th.
Yeah, she's a busy girl.
Ooh.
Um. Anyway, so that is it for this week. Next week, DJ, you'll be in town for next week, right? For the next week's show.
If I don't get snowed in,
Oh yeah, that's right. Best of luck on the snow part.
yeah. Well, you'll find out if I'm not there.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Um, enjoy your Excaliburs, everybody. I need to actually claim mine and then start equipping it on things. But this has been Vibrating Sheep. I didn't do the intro this time because I forgot. We just wanted to get through this episode and watch Occupy Made War. Did you see the preview for Marginal Service yet, DJ? They put it out like 2 hours ago.
What are they fighting?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Why do they look
like,
like construction workers?
why are they naked?
I mean, that sells.
Why does the squirrel say that it wants to bite your wiener off?
Um, You know, I watch Unit of the East. There's something about Johnny's there. Yeah.
All right, sure. Anyway, see y'all next week. Especially DJ. Hope to see you next week. That you don't get snowed in. Um,
Yep.
and I'll see you on the stream tomorrow as well, because that's what we'll be doing a lot of tomorrow. We'll be spending the morning of Christmas Eve. So
All right. Later, folks.
later, folks. All right, let's not keep a maid war.